Good evening, everybody, and welcome to RAMP, Real Access Motivates Progress, live Wednesday night podcast. We are so excited to be with you here tonight, but we're excited to be with you every day, our eyes open, to pass along amazing resources in Rhode Island and across the country. We are here to promote them. We are here to learn all about them and learn how we can help. And today is an organization that is so near and dear to me, and one that I support myself, even though I run my own nonprofit. This is one that we all should be supporting, and it is the MAE Organization for the Homeless. And I can't wait till you hear more about them. If you haven't heard about them already or live under a rock in Rhode Island, because you should already know who they are. But if not, we're going to fill you in, and we are going to let you know how you can help, how you can support, and how you can make a difference. So welcome, ladies, and thank you for joining us tonight as part of our show.
Hi, thank you, Tina, for having us. We are very grateful to be here with you.
Oh, I am so excited to have each and every one of you here, and I want to get right into it tonight because we have a lot of information that we want to get out to the public, and we want to let them know who the MAE organization is and what they do. So let's start off with introducing each one of you and tell us what your role is at the MAE organization. Martina, we're going to start with you.
So hello, everyone. And again, thank you, Tina, for having us. I am Martina Javid. I am the founder of MAE Organization for the Homeless. MAE Organization was founded in 2008.
Great, and so excited to have you. Issa, we're going to ask you to go next.
Thank you. And just like Martina, thank you for the opportunity that you're giving us. We're very excited, been thinking about this opportunity for a while. I'm Issa Price. I am the very new president at MAE. Just got appointed this January, very excited, been a volunteer for a few years, but very excited to be right here with Martina and Marie, and with a great group of volunteers that are listening today.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. And Marie, tell us who you are and what you do at MAE.
Yes, so I'm Marie Boutin, and I'm actually the food service director. New title as of January, but I have for 4 years been servicing Pawtucket in the beginning and Woonsocket. Now I totally am the director for the Woonsocket location. And that's it. And
thank you. Yeah, thank you. If everybody doesn't know, the MAE organization does so much in and around Rhode Island. They are serving the homeless right outside churches in Providence and Pawtucket and Woonsocket that you may not even know that this is going on in your own area, where you can make a difference and you can help out. Martina, tell us a little bit about what the MAE organization does and why you started it.
So MAE organization does so many things. It's a loaded question. We provide food service programs throughout Rhode Island. We're expanding those programs. We provide holistic programs specifically geared towards the healing of mental health, clothing, toiletry. We provide rental assistance. There's just so many things. I founded it in 2008, and that was because I was studying expressive arts, and I actually wanted to do something really profound with what I was learning, and meditated on it a lot. And so I was called to work with the homeless individuals, specifically helping them through mental health issues. I felt that at that time, programs to alleviate anxiety and the depression of the day-to-day life when someone is homeless was just very scarce. And so hence MAE was born. And then we started, making sandwiches right in my kitchen, and it grew to friends, and now we are so blessed to have the support of our state.
Yeah, it's amazing. I actually went out and served with you guys a couple of times out in Providence, and to watch your setup. I mean, you literally swoop in, set up, serve hundreds of people, give them clothing, give them toiletries, make them feel proud, talk to them, and swooped out of there in like an hour's time in all weather conditions. It's amazing what you guys do and the difference, because I've actually been able to stay afterwards and talk to some of the people that you serve, and what a difference that you're making in their lives, and making them not feel so bad about their situations, giving them a leg up and really helping them. Issa, tell me a little bit more of some of the places that you serve and where people can help out or how they can sign up to volunteer.
Thank you. So right now we serve primarily, when I say primarily, we serve all of Rhode Island. However, our food service is primarily in Woonsocket, West Warwick, Pawtucket. We have a few different locations in Providence. We are in the process right now of expanding the cities that we're looking at into Central Falls, possibly Newport. So we do look at studies and look at need and decide which communities we need to expand to. Helping us and volunteering with MAE, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to maeorg.org and go to the assistance or go to the volunteer page and just complete a 1-minute form. Tell us you want to volunteer, and right away, one of us will contact you personally. We'll call you and get additional information, get some basic information such as, okay, what days of the week, where can you assist us? Is it with food service? Are you willing to do some of the clothing drives? Are you even available to make some calls and ask different organizations, different business to support us? So there's a variety of services that someone can volunteer for, especially with the clothing. We have quite a bit of community hours that either high school students may want to enhance their portfolio, or anyone else that would like to reach out to us to do some community service. Plenty of different opportunities within MAE, and very simple to apply with us to be a volunteer.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as making a dish for one of their services, making some sandwiches, or if you have winter coats, blankets, socks, shoes, whatever, and you're always looking for that place and you want to make sure that it's going directly to the people who need it, donate it to the MAE organization. Make sure you're reaching out to the MAE organization, because every time that they serve the community food, they also set up clothing for people to take what they need, take for their families. So this is a place that you're not leaving it in a Dropbox, hopefully, and it gets picked up by the right people and not resold or not spent. They give it away. They give it to the people who need it. The people take it as they need it. So if you're looking for a place, I'm telling you, this is the place I'm asking you and begging you to give it to, because they are near and dear to me. And they are truly making an impact and a difference in Rhode Island, and they don't charge for anything that they do. Marie, tell people how they can become more part of the food service with the MAE organization, if you don't mind.
No, I have no problem telling you about that. It's something I love.
It's our passion.
Yes, it's my passion. 4 years ago, I started with just showing up on a Thanksgiving meal. I was invited to go to Woonsocket and serve sandwiches. And at that location, I'm like, it was a cold, blistery day. And I'm like, I can do better than that. And so, having previously owned a deli, I said, I would love to serve hot meals. And so it began, my purpose in life. So I was the only cook for a very long time for our organization in that area. But since then, we have grown to over 25 volunteers, for sure, between cooking and people.
That's just in Woonsocket, by the way.
Just in Woonsocket, yes. And so it's a rotation that I have where you can either do bag lunches, or you can do a meal, a hot meal. So if you decide that you want to do the hot meal and you enjoy cooking, we bring to you a catering box that has basically 7 catering trays, and we get food from We Share Hope, and it's usually either hamburger, chicken, and then we do get at times some fresh vegetables, and we bring that to you, usually like pasta or rice as well, and we'll bring it to you, and you decide how you want to cook it. All you do is, you just cook the meal and then bring it to the site on the day. So, and the other event of having usually families since COVID, it seems like it's a family thing that people like to do, is do the bag lunches. So we bring to you all the snacks, the fruit and sweet treats, bagged, the paper bags, and even the boxes to put the bag lunches in. And you just provide the bread and peanut butter and jelly if we don't have any, but right now we have an abundance of it. And you would just make the sandwiches, and then you would come again on site and deliver it, and then we would bag it together, and we serve 2 meals for the day. So a hot meal and then a cold meal to go home with. So they can at least have 2 meals for the day. So we are in the process of trying to start a new location in Central Falls, and we are in desperate need of a lead person. And so if your heart is tugging on wanting to do something like this, I would invite you to go to mayorg.org and put that as an interest, or if you are interested in cooking or making the bag lunches and being in a rotation, please go to the site and put your name in. We really would like to get that site up and running, and that would be dear to my heart to get that going. And I think that's what I have to say about it's. All I can say is, the one thing I can say is volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. It brings joy to my heart to volunteer, and all I want is to spread that joy to other people. So sign up.
I'll tell you all that if you're having a bad day, or you're feeling bad about yourself, or if you're like me in a wheelchair and disabled and you want to feel better about yourself, volunteer for this organization. Go out there and talk to other people. You're not alone. Your situation is out there. There are so many disabled people that are homeless. We just donated 175 walkers, wheelchairs, and canes to the homeless on the street throughout Rhode Island. Rhode Island, like Martina was saying, they're looking for organizations in Newport and West Warwick and Central Falls and Woonsocket. There is no city or town that is left out that does not have homeless people, or people who need help, or people who are starving and need food and just need that leg up. So by volunteering your time, you're not only helping other people, trust me, you're going to be the Grinch, and your heart is going to grow 3 sizes, and you're going to feel so much better, and then you're going to become addicted to it. So if you're going to become addicted to anything, be addicted to volunteering, especially for the MAE organization. And the other nice thing I want to say is, did you hear when Marie said that they get their food from We Share Hope, which is another nonprofit in Rhode Island, and RAMP helps the MAE organization and promotes the MAE organization, and they work with other nonprofits? It's together, all of these nonprofits working together to serve all of Rhode Island. None of us are going to do it alone. We all need help from one another. We all need to support one another. So reach out and find your niche and get out there and volunteer. No one should have an excuse. Martina, let us know about some of the fundraising events that you guys have to sustain and to make sure that you guys have enough food and stuff to serve all of these communities.
Thank you for this opportunity because, as you know, fundraising is sort of our bread and butter for the organization to sustain all of the programs that we provide year long, and especially now since we've opened our center, and we'll be multiplying the programs that we provide, especially the mental health ones. They will cost us a lot of money, so we will be able to do that with the support of, with the support of the viewers and everyone who follows us. So that's very important. We have 401 Gives is coming up on April 1st, and that's a social media fundraising platform. It's nationwide, and there's, every nonprofit will be trying to raise funds that day. It will be up on our webpage. It will be up on our social media pages. And so if everyone on April 1st can make even a donation of $5 to MAE organization, at the end of the day, that will make a huge difference. There are different times during the day that your dollar can make even more impact. For example, I believe at 6 a.m., all of the donations are going to be matched by Rhode Island Foundation, and Isa kind of like cut in if I'm saying anything incorrectly. But throughout the day, there are various incentives. So at any time throughout April 1st up until the morning of April 2nd, everyone can please call in, we'll be putting up the site on our pages, and make the smallest donation. Every dollar counts. We have.
I'm just going to interrupt you for 1 second about 401 Gives, because I want everybody to know to don't just donate to the large foundations, donate to the smaller ones like MAE, like RAMP, like We Share Hope. Because if you gave $5 to MAE and $5 to RAMP and $5 to We Share Hope, you're helping all of the same organizations that already help each other. So by making sure you do your research and you help the smaller organizations on this day that truly need your help, that are making a difference. Like Martina said, fundraising is basically her peanut butter and jelly and the bread that they need to serve some of their meals. So make sure on 401 Gives Day, you are giving at least $5 to every one of these organizations, and especially the MAE organization, because they service the less popular. So make sure you're doing it.
Thank you. And that takes place April 1st. Mark your calendars. So you have the opportunity to donate to us all day long. You can make a donation.
And Martina, if I could add just one thing on that, we're still looking for a corporate match, a business. If you're listening and you have a business or you work for a business that donates, we would love to have someone to match us. So whichever amount that either total amounts that we collect that day, they could match, or maybe, hey, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, whatever amounts if you raise $1,000, I'll match $1,000. So if you're listening and this is something for you, MAE would love to have a partner that would match the contribution.
Perfect.
Thank you. Yes, and then in terms of fundraising, we have a Kentucky Derby party coming up that we are very excited about. It's going to be taking place at the Wyndham Atlantic Beach Club in Middletown. That's May 7th, right on the Derby day. So we're going to watch the race live. We're going to have a best hat and tie fashion show. We're going to have a horse outside to take photos with, music. It's just going to be a really fun-filled day. So please come out, support us, have a fantastic time. Tickets are already available on Eventbrite, and you can also find it on our webpage, maeorg.org. Then we also have a pasta dinner the following weekend. And I'm sorry, what I want to say about the Kentucky Derby is that, you can make a weekend out of it because you can book. The hotel is giving discounted overnight rates for the MAE organization, so you can make a weekend out of it. The next then Mother's Day is May 8th, and so you can stay, spend the day in Newport. The Atlantic Beach Club serves a phenomenal brunch, so it's a great weekend out, and you are supporting a cause that's going to be given. So all of our programs, all of our fundraising, well, none of us are paid. We don't have a payroll. So everything that comes in, other than being utilized, of course, to take care of the center and utilities, goes to programs. It goes straight to the people that we are assisting. So that's very important to note. So please come out and join us. May 14th, we have a pasta dinner at St. Mary's Feast Society in Cranston. Bring your whole family. We're going to be cooking our signature pasta meal that we make for our clients, and we want to share with all of our friends and supporters that day. Bring your family, bring your friends. Again, we're going to have music, we'll have raffles. And then on June 26th, we're planning a music festival, a community music festival on Pierce Field in East Providence, and that's going to be a ton of fun as well. Lots of musicians lined up, food trucks, vendors. We're going to have activities for the entire family. So please come out again. All of these events are going to be live on our website page. Check out our Facebook page, MAE Organization for the Homeless. They will be on there as well. And then, of course, we have our gala, our annual gala, which sold out last year. It's going to be on November 5th this year, back at the Crown Plaza. And we try to make our events truly special for everyone that comes. They are heart-filled. There's joy, and there's just a special energy, I think, at our events, because all of our supporters are just, I don't know, I feel like they're a different kind of people. They're filled with special love and compassion. And so it's just always a great time. We invite you to come and join us at all of them if you can.
All of their events, I want to say, are all fully accessible. So if you are using a mobility device or whatever, all of these places that they have mentioned, I know for a fact are accessible because I've been to all of them and been part of them. So there's no worry about that. But when you're out there enjoying these events with your significant other or your family and friends and feeling how blessed you are to have these people and to have these joyous moments, realize how many people that don't get to have these moments, that can only dream about these moments, that you're making a difference. So even if you can't make one of these events, go and donate to them during these event times so they can make more money and they can serve more people. And not only is it going to be streamed on the MAE organization websites, but the coalition and the ramp pages, because Mrs. Southern New England may be making appearances to go live stream to beg all of you to donate more money and to show up and put out all that you can to make sure that you're making these events as successful as possible. Is missing anything, or is there any other ways that people can donate and help out?
There's always a way to help out and always a way to donate. So our website, you can always go to maeorg.org. We have very easy way that you can go in and just click donate and just make that contribution to us. If you don't feel comfortable, believe it or not, even though in this age, there are people that are not comfortable going online and submitting credit card information, we will make those calls. You let us know, get on our website, send us a form. We will call you personally. We'll do whatever needs to be done to get that donation. You can send us a check. For example, we randomly, just a couple days ago, Martina reached out to me and gave me a name of a donor. A check just showed for $20, which was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so, none of us knew this person, but you can mail it to us at 1221 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island, 02920. So there's many ways that you can donate, and many ways that you can also donate your time for us, because that's in many ways as valuable as the money that you will contribute.
Yeah, and also if someone can't make a large donation amount in in one time, you can sign up for recurring donations. You can do $5 monthly, $10, $20, whatever's comfortable for you, and that just gets taken out of your account, and it's a very easy way to support us, and you can do that right on our website as well.
It's so important to give back and to give out. And even if you can only give a couple of bucks, that couple of bucks, you have no idea how far it can stretch when you're a nonprofit, and you can get tax breaks by buying some of the stuff and buying from and working with other organizations. So never feel that if you can't give a large amount, don't give it all. That is not the case, because every dollar makes a huge difference to all of us. So make sure that you're going out and you're making those donations, as small or as large. I mean, we're not saying that there is no cap on how large you can donate to the organization as well, if you have those means, but never feel that it's never too small to donate, because even if you get your kids into donating and they collect a couple of bucks, or they give a portion of their allowance to an organization, you're teaching them to give back. You're teaching them to have a heart and to have empathy for other people that may not have as much as they do. So you're having a good lesson while you're helping other people. So there's never an excuse not to donate. Marie, I want to talk to you a little bit about, because I know this is the question that's coming up, is what is the time constraint or the time commitment to doing a dinner or a lunch on average? I know you can't give me like the exact, but like on average.
Okay, to actually do a hot meal, you're asking. Is that correct?
Yeah, like what is the time constraint? Either way, you know what I mean? Just so people know that the different time constraints that they have.
Sure. So basically, you can make it as hard or as easy as you want to. So some cooks like to really show off their skills and do something a little bit more difficult. And that, can take time, because it depends on the site that you're working with. I happen to be a large site. So when Socket, we service anyone on a slow day, 80 people, and we serve up to 150 people. So when you're filling up a box, you're in rotation into your oven, with 4 pans at a time. So I would say, when I was cooking, I would cook my meals on Saturday, and it would take me maybe 4 hours, depending what I was doing, and then heat it up in the morning. And with the hot box, it stays hot for 4 hours. So you can stop putting in food at 8 o'clock in the morning to serve a new meal. So, it all depends on how you want to do it. It's up to you, if you want to make it easier or not, so, and it depends if you have people at home that are helping you. When I used to do it, I basically most of the time did it by myself. So, so I would say 4 hours to 8, 9 hours, depending on how you're doing it for that much, that many people. For
Right.
the bag lunches, if you have a family, I would say 2 hours maybe with the family, putting the meal together, making the sandwiches and then bagging it up. That's going at a comfortable rate, of speed. So, but it's worth it. It's
Yeah. So,
makes
I
you
mean, if
feel
you
good.
want to cook, it's a little bit more. If you want to do bag lunches, it's a little bit less. But you could also sign up for setup and breakdown of the actual serving sites or serving the actual meals, which is about an hour. I mean, like I said, I mean, you guys swoop in, swoop out. I mean, boxing up hot meals and giving away clothes and toiletries before people can blink. Like, I don't know, you guys have it down to such a system
So
in the middle
yeah,
of a snowstorm. When I
yeah,
was there one
yeah.
day, and you were in and out within an hour. And I'm like, how
So
did you do all of that?
yeah,
And it just amazed me how the system just works
yeah.
so well.
So
So there are so many different time constraints.
So I just want to
Marie?
mention a couple of, yes, I want to mention a couple of other things about the volunteering on site. So there are other things that you can do. So when we first started a site, basically we did mostly everything. I had the clothes at my house. I would bring them along with the food and the toiletries. Now I have so many volunteers that I have uh, volunteers that have the toiletries and stuff. When I get them given to me, I give them to them. They house it at their house and they sort it out during the week, and then they bring it onto the site. So, so you can do that. You can help pass it out. And then there's people. I have 3 people that manage the clothing for my area. We have a storage bin that we have in Woonsocket, and every Sunday they go and pick up the clothes there, and they grab the bags that have been donated. They bring it to the site, and then we have teenagers that come from Cumberland High School, and they help with the 3 other people, and they separate all the clothes and put it into the correct bins. And then they swoop up and put it all back in the bins appropriately, and bring it back to the storage area. So there's many different ways that you can volunteer, as little or as much as you want. Yay, if you want to come and only do a half hour, have at it. We just want you to experience what it's like to volunteer and to give back to somebody. You get way more from giving your time than you ever lose.
Absolutely. And, every high school or school in the state has service hours. Get your students out there. This is a great opportunity to, show them the different side of life. What could happen if they don't keep on, you know what I mean, going on. But, things happen. No one wakes up one day and says, I want to be homeless. That's my life goal. This is what life happens to you, but it's how you overcome it and the people who help you overcome it. So get your students out there, get your volunteers out there. They all need hours. Here is the perfect opportunity to get your students hours out there, because I'll tell you, working with these 3 amazing ladies, you're going to have a good time while you're volunteering. You don't even realize you're volunteering, because we laugh and we joke and we have a good time at the same time as serving other people. And by us laughing and having a good time, the clients that you're serving are laughing maybe for the first time that week, or getting their mind off of their troubles because they're laughing and talking about something different, or talking about a high school student, what went on with him during the day or her during the day or the week. So you're changing lives, you're sharing stories, and you're giving somebody a break from their day to day. So no excuse. Martina, tell us a little bit about the center that you guys have opened, and what is that used for? Because that is so exciting.
It is so exciting. It's been in the plans for many, many years. So we are now located right on Reservoir Ave. It's an amazing location where within an incredible community of people. Already, I feel so supported and like we belong to the community. So within our center, we're going to be providing our holistic programs. We're going to be providing them to clients of other agencies. So we're going to have a transportation system for them. we'll be providing everything from, group sessions, expressive arts, yoga, meditation, journaling. We have a sort of pop-up kind of little boutique that is set up to make them feel special when they come in, and they will be free shopping. So we've had even designer labels donated to us by Sonia's Boutique right in Cranston. Um, we have evening dresses because in the past we've hosted um, moms or just ladies in sober homes, and we did their hair, makeup, dress them up, take them to a ballet. And so we're going to continue to do that here. And men as well. We've taken homeless veterans to the same thing, to the Nutcracker, dress them up in suits. We make a whole dinner, and we actually had carolers for them that year. We are very excited because we're also going to be providing free haircuts on a monthly basis to our clients, so they can come in, get a nice haircut, do some shopping if they need to. We can make sandwiches there, and we have a little food pantry from food that is donated to us, so we give back to clients that we move into housing, or we have up at a hotel, or this is where we get all of our food for our weekly meals at all of our sites. So we are very, very, very excited.
Yeah, and what people need to understand is if you have a lot of work clothes that, you gain the COVID-19 and you don't fit into anymore, or you went into exercise mode and you lost the COVID-19 and you don't fit into your bigger clothes anymore, dress clothes are very important because people living in these situations need clothes to, one, feel good about themselves and to be able to dress up, because nothing makes you feel better than when you get to put on a clean outfit, and you feel all fancy and sexy and whatever. But we also need clothes to interview, to go on job interviews, and to wear the proper clothing. So all of these types of clothing are very important, as well as the warmer coats and the sweatsuits and everything for those who are experiencing homeless living on the streets. But they need the nicer clothes to, start with the leg up, start going on job interviews, and start, making the next move. Or if they do get a job, they need a clothes for a little bit until they can get to their first paycheck, you know what I mean, and get on their feet. So all sorts of clothes are important. The nicer clothes, I would suggest you bring them down to the MAE Center, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No, all clothing donations can come to our center. We usually try to take in clothing donations on Saturday mornings because right now we're there by appointment, but always on a Saturday morning, there's one of us is there between Isa, myself, and some other volunteers. So all donations can come into the center. And then we just pick and choose. There are some items that we feel like, okay, they're not appropriate for everyday use. So we leave them at the shop, and then we save those for the special occasions or the special events that we'll be holding. Like if we're doing a Mother's Day event, or if we're taking them to a show, or, something like that.
So, Issa, you wanted to add something to that?
Oh, I think you touched it a little bit about the interview process. One
Yeah.
of our big goals is not only provide the meals and give the basic needs to this population, but also do what we can to get them out of the streets and become productive members of society. So as Martina, envisioned this organization and presents the nice clothing, we are putting together several programs that empowers them. Coordinating with different businesses for job opportunities, for interviewing. And when that's the case, we also lining up people to teach them interviewing skills and all of that comes along. So the piece that when they come in and they see those beautiful clothes, it comes with a lot of programs, a lot of steps that we are creating for supporting them through that process to get them to get those jobs, to get those homes, and to be successful after that as well.
So if you're a business out there and you're struggling to find employees, contact Martina, Issa, and Marie, and tell them that you're looking for employees. And since they're job interviewing and giving great clothing to job interview and teaching them skills to be out in the productive world, they may have the right candidate for you to hire for your location. So here is another way a business can get out there and go to an organization giving back while helping yourself to the pool of candidates that they may have to give out jobs. So there is really nobody out there that can't support, donate, help, volunteer, or give back that you're not going to benefit from this organization one way or another. RAMP would love to be part of that program to help your disabled, inquire how they can work and do some job training, because no job or no organization is not going to encounter the disability community, since we're the largest minority in this country. So we would like to offer our services, and if we can help out in any way, we want to throw it out there that we want to, get involved even more than we already are. But as we're nearing the end of the hour, I want you all, I'm going to go around robin, so you can all, the first person gets hammered, but the other two get time to think about it. Give us your biggest plea of why people should volunteer, donate, or get involved with the MAE organization. And Marie, since you've been the quietest right now, I'm going to put you on the spot first. So Issa and Martina, you guys have a little extra time to think about your answer. So I apologize, Marie, but I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm all good, because my answer is always the same, and I've said it throughout this call. Volunteering is the most amazing thing that I've ever done. I 4 years ago found this organization, and it's been a heaven sent thing for me. It's fulfilled my life in a way that I never even knew needed to be filled. It's a purpose for my life, and I just want to share with those that might be teetering on wanting to volunteer to just say, try it once. And if it's not your thing, that's fine. There's a million other ways to volunteer. But for me, come enjoy yourself. Most of our volunteers come and they don't leave because we have a blast together, and we just love what we do. There are people, it makes you really appreciate what you have, not be always wanting to have more, because you see how little others have, and it makes you appreciate it. And the other thing is, if you have children, it's a way to teach your children that, there's more to life than just wanting things and getting things and always wanting more. And that, there are people less fortunate than you, and you should be happy with what you have. And that's my take on it.
Tomorrow it could be you that fell into this category that fell on hard times, because like I said, nobody wakes up with that mode saying, when I grow up I want to be homeless, it's my goal. Nobody has that goal. Nobody wants to become disabled, but that's the way life treats you, you know what I mean? But for every time you knock down, doesn't matter, it's for every time you get back up. And with the support of this amazing organization, you are going to get back up, because they're going to make sure that they give you all of the tools and the perseverance and the support to do just that. Issa, let's hear your plea.
Well, all of us volunteer for one reason or the other. Me personally, I have my father, the first pair of shoes that he had was when he joined the service at 18 years old. So his parents passed away very young. He was taken in by a family member, but basically lived in a place that's smaller than a shed. And his bed were fishnets. So I always had the feeling that I wanted to help. And I wanted to help people that didn't have a home, that didn't have those shoes. And I always had that in me. And then I met someone that knew Martina and connected me. And I'm like, okay, let me see if this is the right fit. And I went to one function where we served food and we had clothing. And this little girl, and I have a soft spot for children because I own a child care center. So I had this little girl, could not be more than 6 or 7 years old. And she looked at the bikini on the table, some of those donated clothing. And she's like, mommy, 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 I never had a bikini. And she was so excited, and we made a whole difference to that child, and told all the people that came through, and there were hundreds at that event that we helped. So I just say it uplifts your heart. There could be a million and one reasons for each one of us that we want to give back. To me, those were the ones that touch my heart quite a bit. So donate. If not with MAE, donate with other nonprofit organizations, because it makes a huge difference, and there's so much need out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the money to donate, you can donate your time. If you don't have the time, you can donate your services. There are so many different ways to volunteer. Like mine is I lend my voice, and I lend the fact that I know a lot of people in Rhode Island. I always know a guy. That's my thing. You know what I mean? So we all have a skill. We all have a presence. So you don't have to be rich. You can donate time. You can donate anything. Just volunteer and donate. Just find that reason, find that blessing in your life to bless others. I cannot stress that enough. You need to have that humbling experience to keep your blessings present in the forefront, because I'll tell you, life can change in an instant, and you can be the one on the receiving end in a moment's time. Make sure you're giving back now and put your karma in the right direction. So when it comes to that, or a loved one comes to that, you have the resources, and you know the guy, like I know the guys that can help you out, because I know the MAE Foundation, so I know where to go and I know where to send people. So this is the guys that I'm going to send you to now. Martina, give us your plea.
Wow, I'm just filled with inspiration just listening to these two amazing ladies here. I think that, I remember being a young mom. I had two girls. I was divorced, two babies, still going to school, working a job. And, I went without electricity. I went without buying clothes for myself. I many days just had a cup of coffee, and that was just to keep a roof over our head and pay utilities. If it wasn't for my mom and my sisters taking care of my daughters, clothing them and feeding them, I could have been one of those moms knocking at a shelter's door. So I understand them very well. I'm very empathetic and compassionate towards each story. But, everyone that comes through me inspires me, because they are so filled with love and compassion for what we do. It's really quite incredible. I'm always in awe. We're an all volunteer-based organization. Donations go directly towards programs, necessities, rental assistance. And it's just like you said, nobody ever wakes up and says, my dream is to become homeless someday. No child that's going to bed hungry dreams that this is not what they want for their life. And I think that together, when we all come together with love and compassion in our hearts, we really can change the world one person at a time. And it doesn't take much, just it takes giving a little of our time, or maybe just given ideas of how something can grow, because and just to be present for the people that we assist, just to be present and let people know that we see them and we hear them. They're not just another person. They're a human being, you know. They have a story, they had a childhood, they have desires, and they have dreams. And I think that when they find a support system, um, and they are empowered, I truly believe that they can become productive members of society. And it takes baby steps. Sometimes it just takes getting to know us um, over at our meal sites, gaining our trust, and everything goes from there, you know, all the way up to getting housing for someone, and then they become volunteers, you know. So I feel like everybody's hearts are very filled when they join MAE organization. And we invite you to join us there, you know, in the various ways that you are able to support us, come to our events, donate. You know, we're here.
Here is my one ask, and this is going to be my only personal opinion, but I'm sure it's going to be echoed. When you go to their events, their dinners, their balls, their derbies, take all of the pictures you want, plaster it all over social media, beg your friends to donate. When you go to the sites, when you go to the food sites or you're serving food, leave your cameras and your phones at home. Put them in your pockets and put them away. Nobody wants to accidentally be in the background of somebody's picture all over social media if they're having a bad day and they had to drag themselves to one of these sites for the first time and they're reluctant, and then they find out that they were on social media in somebody's picture background. So when you go to the events, take all the pictures you want. Please chalk up the MAE organization, beg people to donate, show everybody what it's all about. But when you go to the sites, I really ask you all, please leave your phones in your cars or in your pockets. Don't take them out. That's not the time and place. Be there for the right reasons. You will get way more out of it hearing people's stories and being present in the moment than taking pictures to post all over social media that you did a good deed today. And I hope I didn't overstep. Ladies, it's just something I personally feel that, you know, I want people to volunteer for the right reasons. But Martina, give us the website again and the address of the center.
So our website is MAE.org, MAE.org. And our physical address is 1221 Reservoir Ave in Cranston, Rhode Island. We are located right behind Garden City. Very easy to get to. We have plenty of parking spaces. Come visit us, come to our site. Make sure you call us though in advance because we're not always there.
Yeah. They are on all of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, because I tag them in all of those sites, so I know that they're there. If you forgot all of their organizations, contact me, because they are not only my colleagues and another nonprofit, they are also my friends. So I don't mind haunting them. I will definitely pass out along their information. So you may haunt them too and send them a check or volunteer your time or be a site, because Central Falls is still looking for a site lead at this point. So if you want to be in the early stages, groundbreaking floor of starting a site in Central Falls, make sure you're reaching out to the MAE organization. They do amazing work for so many people. They do it year round. Weather does not stop these people from getting out there and serving dinners, because homeless doesn't stop because the weather is bad or too cold or too rainy. People are still out there. This organization goes out to the people and they make a difference every day. Donate on 401 Gives Day. Join them for their derby in Newport on May
7th.
May 7th. The pasta dinner is May 14th.
May
15th.
14th. We have a community festival on June 26th. We will have something between that and the gala, but right now it's that. And then we have the gala scheduled already for November 5th. And, you know, homelessness has no holiday. We are out there 24/7, 365 days a year. We're available to anybody that calls us. We don't even take weekends for ourselves. If we get a call on the weekend, we answer that call.
So make sure you're joining, make sure you're getting out there. You will see Mrs. Southern New England at a lot of these events, posting live for them and begging you for donations and begging you for your help. So come see me, Martina, Issa, Marie, and all of the amazing volunteers at the MAE organization. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing your stories and to sharing your organization with all of us. And we are going to do everything in our power. If you can do nothing else tonight, share this podcast, because you never know who on your friends list this will pull at their heartstrings. This will have a meaning for them and they have a way to giving back. So it takes no money, no time. Hit the share button, share this out to all of your friends and family on your list. Get this organization out there, and let's make sure everybody in Rhode Island knows that they have a location where they can get clothing, food, toiletries, job opportunities, mental health taken care of, and everything else the MAE organization. Thank you, ladies, so much for taking the time and joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure talking to all of you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you.
us, Tina. It's such a pleasure.
Anytime. And I invite everybody to come back next week to our Wednesday night podcast, next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We will be talking to women in construction. I don't have a title for the show as of yet, but I will by next week. I'm falling a little bit behind, but I will get there. But as I say, volunteer, donate, and making sure you're doing your research, because all of these organizations work together, but none of our organizations can make it without you and your support. You may tomorrow, or a loved one of yours may tomorrow need our services. So make sure you're setting us up to be there for your friends or your family when it's your turn to needing the help. We are always here. We are always on staff, and don't just sit there. Make a difference. See you all next week. Have a great